Is it visible to everyone? Can you see
Yes,
it?
sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Today we'll start with Global Innovation Index. So first question is that what is the ranking of India in GII 2020?
48th.
48, sir.
Okay, and who releases this index?
WIPO,
48.
World Intellectual.
Cornell University and INSEAD and World Intellectual Property Organization, sir.
Okay, BIPO plus Cornell University and INSEAD. This is all about this index, and we'll look uh, what how India is doing. So already we have discussed that India's ranking is 48. Recently, it has entered in the club of top 50 countries, and India has become the third most innovative lower middle income economy in the world. And India ranks in the top 15 in indicators such as ICT, service service exports, government, online services, graduate in science and engineering, and research and development intensive global companies. So we have a lot of graduate in science and engineering. So anyway, it has to be there. So this is all about Global Innovation Index. That Cornell mainly you need to remember World Intellectual Property. If they'll ask, then simply they'll ask about it. If they have to make it little bit more complicated, then they can ask about INSEAD and Cornell University. We have already discussed that India's rank is 48, and this thing also we have discussed that yes. So now we'll move ahead and we'll discuss about Adriatic Sea. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's a body of water which is separating Italian peninsula from the Balkan. Okay, and we'll just directly see the map. So can you see the countries that which surround Adriatic Sea? Anybody, if you can name maybe 4 or 5 countries.
Sir,
So,
Italy, Slovenia, Montenegro, Bosnia, Albania, Croatia.
Albania,
Uh, It's
Slovenia.
basically 6 countries. Mm,
First is Italy. Okay, and second country is Slovenia. Third country is Croatia. Fourth is Bosnia.
Slovenia, then
Fifth is Montenegro, and sixth is Albania. So these are 6 countries which actually touch the border of Adriatic Sea. Apart from that, there is nothing to discuss in it. And if anyone has to add anything, then you can.
Hello, sir.
Anybody?
so I have to so.
Anim is first. Anim is first, and then Gagi.
Sir, I want to ask that if
The countries surrounding Mediterranean are asked. So, do we have to add Adriatic countries also?
Adriatic is part of basically Mediterranean only, okay? Because this Ionian Sea and everything, it comes under the Mediterranean Sea. So now it's a little bit tricky and all, but they won't ask such kind of question. That's what I can tell you. But if they ask, then please include it because
Okay,
that is a larger body and which and all the sea comes under that Mediterranean.
okay, sir. Sir, I have a trick for it.
Okay, so please tell this trick.
ISC MBA.
CM
No, ISC MBA.
ISC.
MBA.
So if you have to remember this thing, then you can remember with the help of this thing ISC MBA. I stand for Italy, S stand for Slovenia, C stand for Croatia, M stand for Montenegro, and B stands for Bosnia, and A stand for Albania. You can remember this. This is good thing. ISC MBA. So when you're writing about Adriatic Sea or if you have read about it, then in front of Adriatic Sea, just mention this thing. Obviously, it will help you to remember all the countries. So by the, okay. Anything else? Yeah, Gargi, you were saying something. So now you can add.
So I also wanted to add the same thing which Animesh has told.
Okay, fine. Now we'll discuss about Mediterranean Sea. So we are not going to discuss all these things because it's can you please mute him? Okay. So we are not going to discuss this thing because I'll anyway give you notes so you can go through it. But there are two, three things which are quite important, which that we should discuss before. So one thing is there are a lot of winds. Okay, around. Can you? There are a lot of wind. So you need to remember the name of these winds. This thing I wanted to tell you. So Mistral is there. It's a cold wind. Okay, cold, dry, and then another one is this Bora. So all these things you need to remember. And Mediterranean climate also you need to know that what kind of climate it has. So already I have mentioned it, and therefore I'm not discussing. We'll just switch to the map. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
There are a lot of countries, and if anyone has any trick, then
Yes, sir.
we can start with
Yes,
the trick
sir. I
itself.
have a trick.
Okay, yes, tell me, Swati.
Sir, there are three tricks. For Asian part, we can use SILCY, SILCY. It's for
You
Syria,
can add
Israel,
directly
Lebanon,
slice.
Cyprus. Yeah. And for African parts, Tamil, TAMEL.
Use metal instead.
Yeah.
For African part, what is it? Tamil.
TAMEL.
Sir,
Or Animesh is saying something different.
metal.
Yeah, metal would be better. METEL. Is this
No, METAL. METAL.
MET
Yeah.
METAL? Huh? Yes, metal. Okay.
For European part,
So
mine was
you are
something
telling me
weird.
only yes, Animesh, for European part.
That is weird only. Boss के सस्ते मोमो in Greece and
बॉस के
France.
सस्ते मोमो इन ग्रीस एंड फ्रांस।
क्या है?
या सेम है। बॉस की सस्ती मोमो इन ग्रीस एंड फ्रांस। BOSS
बोस की
सस्ती SASTI
बॉस
सस्ती इन
हम्म
ग्रीस एंड फ्रांस। नहीं, सस्ती के बाद मोमो, सस्ती और इन के बीच में मोमो, फिर इन ग्रीस एंड फ्रांस। इन ग्रीस एंड फ्रांस।
एंड फ्रांस।
France, the last one C denotes to Croatia, so it will be FRAN capital C.
So, first of all, we need to discuss the name of these countries. So, S stands for
Yeah,
Syria, I, Iran. What
Israel.
I?
Israel,
Israel.
Lebanon,
Okay. I stand for Israel, L for Lebanon, and
Cyprus,
C,
Cyprus,
Cyprus, and Y,
Y,
Y is for that only, sir. Cyprus is CY.
okay,
Cyprus, SY,
CY. Okay, Cyprus. So it's Syria and Israel, Lebanon, and Cyprus. So these are Asian countries, 4 Asian countries, right?
yes, sir.
And African countries, what is
Morocco,
them? Morocco.
Egypt,
So what I'm going to do, Morocco is here, Algeria is here, Tunisia is here, Libya is here, and Egypt is here. So it is your metal. So what you need to do if somebody is asking you that arrange these countries from west to east. So Morocco will be the western country, and thereafter Algeria, thereafter Tunisia, Libya, and then Egypt. Okay? And
Okay, sir.
this is your metal, and there are this is Israel, Lebanon, Cyprus, and where is Syria? Okay, Syria is here. So these are 4 Asian countries which actually border with Mediterranean Sea. Now we'll discuss European country. So we'll start with Spain. Spain is one country, and this is the point, Strait of Gibraltar. So this side it's Atlantic Ocean, which Strait of Gibraltar connects Atlantic Ocean with Mediterranean Sea. And one more thing that it separates Morocco and Spain. This is Spain. So when we are doing all these things, you need to focus on the location of countries also. It will serve at least 3 4 purposes that you will be knowing about that what country bordered with which sea. Second thing, that the location of the sea. So all these things you will know, right? So please focus on the countries also, their location. Okay, so first we'll go by this. B stand for Bosnia.
BOSS stand for Bosnia.
Okay, so it's Bosnia. Where is Bosnia? This is Bosnia.
Adriatic Sea, sir. Adriatic Sea.
Adriatic Sea. Okay, this is Bosnia. A very small part. And what is this Sasti?
Spain, Albania, Slovenia, Turkey, Italy.
Spain.
Albania,
Where is Albania? Turkey is here.
Albania,
Turkey.
Montenegro के नीचे.
This is Albania. Okay, Albania, Turkey, and I stands for
Italy.
This is Italy, right? This is Italy. So you can see there are two seas. One is Adriatic Sea in the eastern side, and this one is also, which one is this, Ligurian Sea, and this is Tyrrhenian Sea. I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, so these three seas actually touch Italy. So this thing also you keep in your mind. And A for Albania, S for Spain, another S.
Slovenia.
Slovenia.
Okay, okay, Slovenia, and T for Turkey, and I for Italy. Now, what is this Momo?
Montenegro and Monaco.
Okay, Montenegro and Monaco. And IN?
वो ऐसे ही है.
अच्छा, IN को
And
ऐसे ही
then
मान लेंगे। ग्रीस, आपका ग्रीस ही हो गया। अगर सी से कुछ आपने बोला था लास्ट में, कुछ सी स्टैंड्स फॉर व्हाट?
Croatia. Croatia.
क्रोएशिया।
Sir, include that in
ये
France
आपका
only.
क्रोएशिया
FRAN
है ना?
कैपिटल C.
हाँ, और ये
E
आपका,
इंक्लूड करेंगे तो गलत हो जाएगा.
ये फ्रांस हो गया। ठीक है, तो एक बार समझ लो कंट्री कि अगर हमको ऐसे करना है कि सबसे यहाँ से स्टार्ट करेंगे, स्पेन, स्पेन के बाद फ्रांस, फ्रांस के बाद मोनाको, मोनाको के बाद इटली आएगा, इटली के बाद स्लोवेनिया आएगा, क्रोएशिया आएगा, बोस्निया आएगा, मोंटेनेग्रो आएगा, अल्बेनिया आएगा, and then Greece is there, and Turkey is there. All these are European countries, and apart from European countries, Asian countries are Cyprus, Syria, Lebanon, Israel. Anything else? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Any other country? Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Cyprus. And there are 5 African countries. We'll be starting with Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, and Egypt. So now there are 2, 3 questions which are coming to my mind. First thing is that if I ask you to arrange these, Spain and Morocco. First is Spain, second is Morocco, and which one is third? Third one is Monaco, and fourth one is Tunisia. अच्छा, एक क्वेश्चन है आपसे, कोई मुझे बताएगा कि जो अरब स्प्रिंग स्टार्ट हुई थी वो किस कंट्री से स्टार्ट हुई थी? इन विच कंट्री अरब स्प्रिंग स्टार्टेड?
Tunisia.
या
Tunisia,
एग्जैक्टली
sir.
ट्यूनिसिया। So Tunisia is important. So these are the 4 countries which you have to arrange from west to east, and I'll ask who should arrange. Diljot, can you hear me? Diljot, can you hear me? I think she can't. Okay, Dolly Pathak, please arrange these 4 countries from west to east.
Which part, sir? Is
The question, these are 4 countries: Spain, Morocco, and Monaco, and Tunisia, and you have to arrange these countries from west to east.
west to east?
Yes.
Spain. Just a second, sir. So because the screen is small for me, I'm just seeing in my own map.
Okay.
Spain,
Okay.
then Monaco,
You are saying
so
Spain.
west to east, right? So Spain, Monaco,
Hmm.
then Tunisia. I think I missed Morocco. So it will be Morocco, Spain, Monaco, and Tunisia.
What you are saying? Come again.
First will be Morocco, then Spain, then Monaco, then Tunisia.
Okay, so all of you agree with her, or if anyone has anything to say? Okay, so this order is correct. First is Morocco, second is Spain, third is Monaco, and fourth is Tunisia. Okay, now which country
Excuse
we
me,
should
sir.
take? Yes,
Sir, can I ask one question?
yes, please.
Sir, if two countries are on the same plane, like यहाँ पर स्पेन और मोरक्को almost same plane पर है, तो पहले would we enunciate the name of the country which is above or one which is below? तो मतलब जैसे
नो,
मोरक्को पहले बोलो।
इसका इसका लोकेशन सेम नहीं है। आप ठीक है, अभी इसमें थोड़ा सा क्लियर नहीं दिख रहा है, बट अगर आप इसको एक स्ट्रेट लाइन भी ड्रॉ करो ना, तो स्ट्रेट लाइन ड्रॉ करने के बाद सम पार्ट इज कमिंग दिस साइड, इजंट इट?
Yes, sir.
ये आपका स्पेन यहाँ खत्म हो गया है, ठीक है।
Yes, sir.
एंड नाउ लेकिन यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा पार्ट इसका आ रहा है ना, तो इट हैज बिकम वेस्टर्न कंट्री, वेस्टर्न मोस्ट कंट्री, एंड देयर आफ्टर स्पेन विल कम।
Okay, sir. Thank you.
ओके, एनीबडी एल्स?
Sir, I have
ओके,
one question.
Sir,
यस पलक।
Sir, you told some question related to Strait of Gibraltar or
जिब्राल्टर।
yes, sir. Did you said some question related to this or
No, I did not say. I told you two things, that Strait of Gibraltar connects Atlantic Ocean and Mediterranean Ocean, and second thing, it separates Spain and Morocco. So this is
okay?
what I have said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone? Anything else?
sir,
If you have
you
to add anything,
So I have a
yes, yes.
small detail, like the fact that since Italy was very much in news last year, so there are two of its very important rivers. One is Po, and the other one is Tiber. And the Po River falls into the Adriatic Sea, and the Tiber River falls into the Tyrrhenian Sea. So that's just a small information. Tiber, sir. Yeah. And the other one is Po, Po. It falls into the Adriatic Sea. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Uh, Last year UPSC has asked question on Volga River, and where does Volga River fall?
Russia.
Caspian Sea.
Into Caspian
It's a
Sea.
Yes.
Caspian Sea. Sis.
Yeah, it is in Caspian Sea. So I want to give you one task that what you have to do. At least name some she has prepared a list of two rivers, Tiber and Po, and she added this information, and it's very much important information. So every one of you, if you can get the list of one or two rivers, then it would be great. So it will be beneficial for everyone. What you can do, you can post in your respective group also. From where I'll post in different groups. This way it will be very helpful. And I was talking about a movie that is Stalingrad, and Volga River is there in that movie. Okay, so now we'll discuss anything else in Mediterranean Sea.
Sir,
Sir, can you
Yes,
sir,
yes,
can you
Swati.
please pardon what you have just added in Tunisia?
In Tunisia, I was saying that Arab Spring had started from Tunisia.
Okay, sir.
Yes, Asutosh, you were saying something?
sir, I have refined the trick more briefly that regarding the European countries. Like Mummy G salutes commander of BSF. So it is MAMMI G salutes stands for SC. Then again BSF. So that was my trick regarding European countries.
Asutosh, can you please spell?
Sir, starting word MAMMI. I will post in the group, sir. So it will save us the time.
Okay, okay, great. Now,
Hello.
yes, yes, Animesh.
Sir, actually, these two islands, Cyprus and Crete,
Hmm.
they were in news because of dispute between Greece and Turkey.
Yes.
We can remember that, and they can ask question on that.
Yes. So please, this is Cyprus, location of Cyprus. This is Turkey, and this is Greece. So Cyprus was in the news, right?
Yes, sir, Cyprus and Crete both in the Crete Island.
Yeah. And this is Crete. Crete. So
So, but
this is
internationally, this Crete Island is considered as a part of Greece, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, it is considered part of Greece, but they are conducting naval
Disputed.
exercise. Yeah, that is disputed.
Okay.
okay. So now we'll discuss other thing. So this is basically that kind of physical map. That was political map. This is physical map, and now we'll discuss national park. So can you please tell me how many national parks are there in Meghalaya?
Two.
Okay, there are two. Name.
Nokrek,
Nokrek
Balpakram.
and Balpakram.
Okay, Nokrek and Balpakram. Which one is biosphere reserve?
Nokrek.
Nokrek.
So these are two national park in Meghalaya, Nokrek and Balpakram. and we'll read the detail about these two national parks. So first thing is that it is located in Western Garo Hills, best to the Garo Hills, sorry, Western Garo Hills in Meghalaya, and it is in the list of biosphere reserve, and it was added in May 2009. And along with Balpakram National Park, it is biodiversity hotspot also, and river Someswari, which is known as Simsang also, flows through this national park, and there are many rivers which have their origin in Garo Hills, and this river actually flow from it, and it goes into Bangladesh. And there are animal which are quite important. First is red panda, so I'll list here: red panda, second Asian elephant, third thing is capped langur, fourth is clouded leopard, and then leopard cat, fishing cat, golden cat, marbled cap, pangolin, wild buffalo, python, elephant, zero, and tiger. So all these animal species we can find in this national park. So one by one, I'll ask the status of these species. So what is the status of red panda? Animesh.
Endangered.
Endangered. Endangered.
Okay, red panda is endangered, and Asian elephant, it is again endangered. Yesterday only we discussed, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And capped langur,
Vulnerable.
clouded
Endangered.
leopard,
Ca- Capped lung. Cap langur is mentioned as endangered in ISU.
On Wiki, it is vulnerable.
what is the status of clouded leopard?
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
Okay, what about leopard cat?
Vulnerable.
What about pangolin?
Endangered.
Indian pangolin is endangered.
And what about Chinese?
Critically endangered.
Critically endangered.
Okay, and elephant. What about zero? We have discussed zero also. Not today, but some other time.
Vulnerable.
Pakka.
Sir, endangered.
Abhi, one thing I'll tell you, that if you don't know, then don't speak, because what happens if people are speaking you and if they remember that thing, it may, it may become a cause to lose maybe 2.5 marks, 2.6 mark. Therefore, if you know only, don't guess.
So,
If you don't know, then you can Google also. That will work,
yes, sir. So, but in
right?
December 2020, it was categorized as vulnerable. That's why.
Okay, and what about tiger?
Endangered.
Tiger.
Endangered.
Endangered.
It's endangered. At least we have discussed it 4 5 times so far.
Sir,
Okay, so I want to ask about Hornbill. That there is a state which organize Hornbill festival.
Nagaland.
Nagaland.
Yes.
Nagaland.
Okay, so anybody has to add anything in this national park? Nokrek?
Sir,
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Sir, in the Nokrek National Park, so all the species of cat is found. I think, sir, ranging from tiger to the marble cat.
Not all the species, 8 species of cat.
Okay, okay. Yes, sir, eight species. And sir, one thing I would to like to add about this, ki it is the wettest state of India, owning because Nokrek is a hotspot of biodiversity. So in Meghalaya, and Meghalaya is also a city of contain a presence of city of Cherrapunji. So it is the hotspots of the biodiversity.
Hello.
Yes, Animesh, you were saying something?
Yes, sir. Actually, you showed golden cat above. Golden cat.
Yes.
It was in news because it was trapped with 6 codes, six different kind of
Six
codes. I
code.
mean that it is not not only golden, black, spotted. There are 6 colors.
Okay. Okay. And what is the status of this golden cat?
It is near threatened.
It is near threatened.
Also, one more thing, you said hornbill.
Yes.
Hornbill is national bird of Arunachal Pradesh and Kerala. State bird, sorry, state bird.
Sorry. State bird of Arunachal and Kerala. And what is the status of hornbill?
It is vulnerable. Let me confirm it.
It's vulnerable.
Near threatened.
Vulnerable only, sir.
Sir, sometimes
Astus, I don't know why your mic is having lot of problem. Yes.
sir, sometimes they are also asked about vegetation. So I would like to mention about that in this area, the vegetation is tropical most deciduous forest.
Anyone else?
So hornbill is vulnerable.
Hornbill is vulnerable, right?
Yeah. So that's the
Okay.
great hornbill.
Vulnerable. Now we'll discuss about Balpakram. So it is in actually south of Garo Hill. Okay, that was in Western Garo Hills, and it is south to the Garo Hills. So there are 3 hills in Meghalaya. So anybody, if you can name them.
Garo, Jaintia, Khasi, sir.
Garo, Jaintia, and Khasi. And by these hills name, I mean, what is the reason of having these name Garo, Jaintia, and Khasi? What is the speciality
Tribes.
of it?
Tribes.
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 So
Tribes.
these are the name of tribes. Now we'll talk about its species. So barking deer, Asian golden cat, Bengal tiger, marbled cat, wild water buffalo, red panda, and Indian elephant. So what is the status of barking deer?
Least concern.
It's least concerned. Asian golden cat.
Near
Near
threatened.
threatened.
Near threatened. What about Bengal tiger?
Endangered.
Endangered.
Endangered. Marbled cat?
Near threatened.
Near threatened.
Wild water buffalo?
Endangered.
Endangered.
Red panda?
Endangered.
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 Indian elephant?
Endangered.
Endangered.
Endangered. Okay, and this national park has been listed in the tentative list of UNESCO World Heritage. Tentative list, okay. So and this is all about this national park. And if anyone has to add anything, then please.
Sir,
Sir,
Yes.
sir, the Khasi tribe is a matrilineal tribe.
Khasi is what?
Matrilineal tribe. Matrilineal tribe.
Okay. Anyone?
sir, in Western Garo Hills District, there is a Selberg Huluk Gibbon.
So you're saying in Western Garo Hills, Huluk Gibbon is there, right?
Yes, sir. So Selberg Huluk Gibbon Reserve.
Mhm. Okay. Anyone apart from these things? So now this is map. Can you see it? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now randomly I'll name maybe 4 5 national park. Manas and Balpakram.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I would like to add the meaning of Balpakram.
वो कहाँ पे लिखा है?
That is land of perpetual wind.
Okay, so these are the national park. 4 5 national park. Which one I should add? Debru Saikova. So these are 5 national parks. The question is that how many of them are biosphere reserve? And I'll ask Avinash Biradar.
So 4 of them are biospheres.
Okay, which one?
Manas, Nokrek, Namdapa, Dibru Saikho.
Namdafa is there. Dibru Saikova is there. And
Nokrek.
So Dolly Pathak, do you agree with him?
Yes, sir.
Namdafa, Dibru Saikova, Nokrek, and Manas. So you can see 4 biosphere reserve. And
Which one is the latest one among these four?
Sir, Nokrik.
Dibru Saikho.
Oh, Dibru Saikho.
No, Dibru Saikho was declared in 1997. Nokrek in 2009. Okay. And if I have to ask, okay, so can you please tell me that which river flows through Manas National Park?
Manas.
Yes, Manas River. And what about this Nokrek?
Sir, River Simseng.
Yes.
Someshwari.
So which is known as Someshwari also. And now what you need to do, you need to arrange all these four from east to west.
So east will be Namdapha.
I'm Balpakram is not there. All these four biosphere reserve.
Okay, sir. It starts from Namdapha, sir. After that, Dibru Saikho. After that,
Manas and then
Manas
Nokrek.
and then Nokrek. Or Nokrek and there's confusion between Manas and Nokrek.
No, first Manas, then it is Nokrek.
That's first Nokrik, then Manas. East to west.
Yes.
Sir, you're not audible.
Oh, I was speaking and I did not open my mic. So I am saying that Namdapha is not biosphere reserve. Dibru Saikho is one.
Sir, Dibru
Nokrek
Saikho
is
is
second.
not.
Yes.
Sir, it is Dihang Dibang that is biosphere reserve, not Dibru Saikho.
No, it's Dibru Saikho was also a biosphere.
Yes.
Namdapha is not a biosphere reserve.
Yes, Namdapha is not a biosphere reserve. Dibru Saikho is there. And in 1997, it was designated. So please just see this location, west to east, and we have to arrange in. So tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow we'll be doing all these, and thereafter we'll do more. Okay, so this exercise ends here. Now we'll discuss some other thing. So now we'll be discussing World Economic Forum, and basically it is kind of an NGO, and it's an international organization which bring public and private uh, players together. This is the basic purpose of having World Economic Forum, and we have political entities, business, cultural, and others. So everybody is included, involved in this World Economic Forum, and most of heads of the countries, be it United States, Indian, or anyone, all of them participate in. And they have this annual dialogue every year in Davos, and it was established in 1971 as a not-for-profit organization. It has headquarters in Geneva. We need to focus on these things. These are very important thing, and UPSC has already asked this question, maybe in 2019 if I'm not wrong. Global competitiveness in report or index, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
sir.
in 2019 UPSC has asked this question. So basically these are the reports or index uh, which are released by World Economic Forum. First one, we will start with Global Competitiveness Report Index. It was first released in 1979, and thereafter you can read about these. I'll give you notes. So we are not discussing that what they do. We'll simply know the name. Second one is the Global Information Technology Report. It came first in 2011. Third one is the Global Gender Gap Report. Fourth one is the Global Risk Report. Fifth one is Global Travel and Tourism Report. It came in 2007. The Financial Development Report. It came in 2008, and the Global Enabling Trade Report. It came in 2008. There are few more, and there are few more, so we'll discuss later on. If anyone has to add anything, then you are free to add.
So it has something to do with Davos agenda. Can you
Yes.
elaborate about it?
It's a kind of basically political, so where political and business people goes and they discuss things, nothing much, and it's not that much important also. And one
Okay.
thing, recently they have discussed this fourth industrial revolution, so it was, I guess, discussed in this Davos agenda only, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anything else? In World Economic Forum they'll only ask these reports, and they ask lot of at least in every 2 or 3 year they ask one report from World Economic Forum. Recent was this in 2019, and this is direct. Anyone has to add anything?
We don't have to know the criteria on which these reports are made.
See, I tell you, for let's take example of this report. This report which World Bank release, ease of doing business. Okay, so it is so much in the news, and UPSC has asked question on it 2 times. First time it simply asked question that who releases this. Second time they have asked the parameters. So now UPSC has asked almost all the report. Now what they'll do, they'll ask parameters. Now they'll dig in deep, and they'll ask question from there. So that is the reason we are discussing these reports and index, and we are discussing their parameters also. Okay, and anyone, if you want to add anything, otherwise we'll discuss NPT. It's a its name is Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapon, and it was signed in 1968, and it came into force in 1970. So yesterday also similar thing arose, and now I want to ask that by these two are dates, what is signing and what is coming in force. So I'll ask somebody. Ranjan, can you please tell me what is the reason of having these two dates? What are I mean, by there are these two dates. Why can't we simply say that
Sorry, sure, no
15th?
idea.
Okay. Monica, can you please tell me? Yesterday we discussed it.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what by these two dates and what they
So one
entail?
day the treaty was signed and the other it was implemented in full force.
So what is the meaning of coming into force and how it does come into force? How any treaty or any convention comes into force?
It becomes
like
legally
July
binding.
1,
Yes.
July 1, the treaty was signed and all the members rule was formed, and on March 5, the rule was completely forceful.
The question is that how this treaty comes into force. That is the question. Yesterday we discussed it, therefore I am asking. How does a treaty come into a force, come into the
Sir, I
force? That is
wasn't
the
present
question.
yesterday, but can I
So
make a
after
guess?
ratification.
Yes, exactly after the ratification. So the thing is that, say for example, these when they are making a draft or when they are signing some treaty, any party, say there are 100 party, so they decide that at least 60% party or 40% they decide themselves, okay, that these many country should sign this document and ratify this document, then only it will come into the force. So say for example, if they have criteria of having 60% countries, then the date on which 60th if there are 100 countries, so the date on which 60th country ratify this treaty, it will come into the force. And we know this thing also. So one thing I want to ask that uh, in India, who signs the treaty and who ratifies? The question is open for everyone. Anyone can answer it.
President should sign.
Yes, President of India signs the treaty, and who ratifies them?
Respective ministry from the parliament.
No,
Minister of External Affairs.
no.
Parliament itself.
Yeah, Parliament itself.
Parliament.
Remember this thing, okay? Parliament itself ratifies it. President is the signing authority, so those ambassador or high commissioner on the behalf of president, they sign the treaty and then parliament ratifies it. Okay, so this NPT was signed in 1968 and it came into force in 1970. So there is a term called nuclear weapon state. So can you please tell me what is this nuclear weapon states?
Countries possessing nuclear weapons.
And only
According to
these
NPT.
countries are permitted to send these weapons to other countries.
So the countries which have built and tested a nuclear explosive device before 1st January 1967.
Yeah, exactly. And these are five countries. And which was the first country which actually detonated a nuclear device, nuclear weapon? Who
US.
was the first country? Yeah, US. Second one?
Russia.
Yes, Russia. Third one?
China.
UK. China did it in somewhere
The
in
last.
1962. Fourth is France. China is the last. So basically, the purpose of this treaty is that those state which do not have nuclear weapon, they must not acquire or seek to acquire nuclear weapon. And second directive is for the state which are nuclear weapon state, that they must not transfer nuclear weapon or other nuclear explosive devices to these NNWWS. First agenda is this thing. Second thing is that these nuclear weapon state needs to pursue negotiation in good faith, that those country to basically eliminate the nuclear weapon. Second agenda is this. And third one is that they must assist the non-nuclear weapon state to get the nuclear technology for peaceful purpose. Okay. And they have to sign some sort of agreement with International Atomic Energy Agency. And then time to time it will go, and its officer will go and they will inspect, and they'll see that whether they have proper safeguards, whether they are complying with the rules and regulation and all. And they are not using any they are just using all these material for peaceful purposes, or we can say for the civilian purposes. Okay, not using them for any to attack any other country and all. And apart from that, I have prepared some question also, that about the safeguard and all, so this you can discuss. One thing is important, that the question is that does the NPT expire? So now it won't expire, it was extended indefinitely. Second thing, that the question is that whether state can withdraw from the NPT. When we are talking about state, it means a country. Okay, remember this thing. So it says that in extraordinary circumstances, in events, it can the party can withdraw itself from NPT. However, it has to give the notice, prior 3 month notice, to the all the parties and UNSC, United Nations Security Council. And one more thing, that I want to ask, that these are three countries: Israel, Pakistan, and India. Did they sign NPT or not? How many of them signed NPT and how many of them
None.
not signed?
None
None.
of them
None.
signed.
None of them have signed.
Okay, none of them signed. Okay, so there was a question related to it, something related to NSG Have you heard about nuclear supplier group?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
When it came into existence, and why?
1974.
19
74, sir.
Yes, 1974. And why it came into existence?
So it was a response for the a test of India in 1973.
And what was the name of that test?
So smile Buddha.
Smiling.
Unable
Smiling
to
Buddha.
Yes.
smiling.
Yes, smiling
Yes.
Buddha. Okay, so this is all we had to discuss today, and yes, these are historical terms. So Antral and this
Hello, sir.
Yes, Animesh.
Sir, South Sudan and North Korea is also not signed.
Yes, they
Yes,
did
sir.
not sign. नॉर्थ कोरिया तो वैसे भी साइन नहीं करेगा.
Sir,
But it
actually,
had
North
Sir,
Korea has
signed, but
signed,
it
but
did
it
not
has come
ratify.
out, right?
initially it had signed,
Yes,
but
sir. I have read that it had withdrew from the treaty, North
withdrawn out from
Korea.
it. Yes. You can read about these and the three historical terms, and I'll give you this list of topic and these notes, so you can read them also. So now, if anyone has any doubt, do you want me to discuss those 3 4 articles, 15, 16, 17, 18?
Yes, sir. Can.
How many of you are in the favor?
No, sir.
Okay, so
No,
most
sir.
of them are saying no.
No, sir.
So it's no for today. Now let's do little bit revision for next 5 to 10 minutes. Whatever we have done yesterday, and also what index we have read yesterday.
HDS.
Human Development
Human
Index.
development.
Who-
Human development.
Yes, and who releases this HDI?
UNDP.
UNDP. Okay. And before that, which one we have discussed? Multidimensional poverty index.
Poverty index.
Yes. And who releases that index?
UNDP and UNDP.
UNDP and
Oxford Poverty
Cornell.
and Hungary.
no, Oxford Poverty. Yes.
Oxfam
And,
poverty.
what is the rank of India in HDI?
131.
131.
What about in this multidimensional poverty index?
67.
Which one?
Is it 62 or 62? I guess. 62.
Okay. And how many national parks are there in Arunachal Pradesh?
So two.
Two.
Okay. In this national park, we can find Holok Gibbon,
Mutangi.
Natanki. Okay. And in which state it is located?
Nagaland.
Nagaland. There is something called Amur Falcon. Okay. And so, can you please tell me about something it Amur Falcon?
Sir, it is the highest
What
flying
kind of-
migratory bird.
Yes.
Least concerned
Yes.
and quite found in northeastern before they move to south part for during winter migration.
Okay. Do we find them in Nagaland also?
Yes, sir, they eat it.
Yes. And which international institution we have discussed yesterday?
ILO.
ILO. So, what is one thing which is very special, or we can say a particular about this ILO?
Nobel
Yes, Animesh?
Oldest specialized agency of UN.
Yes, oldest specialized agency of United Nations. And when it came into existence?
1919.
Yes, it came into 1919. And when did it receive Nobel Prize?
1969.
1969. And if we have to go to headquarter of ILO, in which city we need to go?
Geneva.
Geneva. Okay. And yesterday we have discussed about the treaty which was related to refugee. So what was the name of that treaty?
UN Convention relating to status of refugees.
And did India sign that treaty or not?
No, sir.
No, India did not.
India did not sign. Okay. What else we have done? Okay, so this is a little bit revision for yesterday, and tomorrow once again we'll meet at 9 p.m. Okay, and I'll tell you about the topic because this is all 7 days initiative. Is it everybody is okay with it or not? Because the thing
Yes,
is that
sir.
we can discuss a lot of things once we complete
Yes,
these
sir.
national parks.
Yes, sir.
How many states we have covered so far? I think 4, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is the task uh, for you people, that list down the name of river which actually falls in this Mediterranean Sea, and what I'll do, I'll name you in the group. Okay, so you have to do from this country, you have to do from this country. So this way, because what will happen otherwise, there will be overlapping. Okay, fine. So I'll ask you in the group itself, and I'll say that Animes has to do from this country, and Guniv has to do from this country. So this way, what we can do, that we can cover these rivers, because in biogeography they ask all these things only. They ask location, which river is for, falling in which sea, all these things they ask, and they can ask about lakes, and also all these things we will be covering. So don't worry about geography. Okay, anything else which I am missing today?
Sir, I wanted to add one thing.
Yes.
So NPT has completed 50 years. in 20.
Yes. It has completed 50 years in 2020, right?
Yes, sir.
So from NPT, the question comes in my mind, that is it necessary to sign the NPT to become member of NSG, Nuclear Supplier Group?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Who is saying yes?
No.
It is not. It is
Sir,
not.
actually, what happened?
Yes, Animis, go ahead.
Um, France is supporting India member for NSG.
Yes.
And
But China is blocking.
China is blocking. So China is saying that signing NPT is necessary.
It is the point of China. However, it is not necessary that you have to sign NPT. Okay, it is not necessary at all. That is the thing. Nowhere it is mentioned. However, they want, all these countries want. Otherwise, why would France will endorse India's position? India won't be able to apply only. Say, for example, I'll give you one simple example. If you are not graduate, you cannot apply for UPSC, right? So same thing is that NPT is not the criteria. However, they vehemently argue for it, that they should sign it.
Okay.
Yeah, and UPSC has asked this question, if I am not wrong. Maybe in 2017, 18, or somewhere they have asked this question. Okay, so this is all for tonight. And if anyone has to add anything, then please go ahead. You have 2-3 minutes, and otherwise I'll end it here.